at the same time. So we will see if it works, and we'll probably not always do it on Saturday morning, but most people voted for Saturday morning. So that is Saturday. And then Kathy and I have the Spirit Exchange September 18th at 8 p.m. That is a la carte. You can get a $25 ticket. We do a 90-minute gallery. We do mediumship readings, answer questions. It's a little more personal, back and forth, instead of this where, you're off in the internet somewhere. It's on a Zoom. How many tickets do we have left for that? Do you know, Kathy?
Maybe 5. I think maybe 5.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. And hello, Kathy. What do you have going on?
So, welcome. Thank you for joining. I think I got it all set. Where am I?
It looks like it.
Here too.
Yeah.
It's my second time, so it just takes me a little bit. I want to say hi, Julia, our old friend from development, mediumship development. So hi, to Julia. So what I have going on really is I'm doing a lot of readings, and then I have a little time off because we're taking the boat and we're moving the boat, and we have to get it hauled out. So for those of you that don't know, I live on a sailing catamaran, and there's always boat maintenance, and we have to actually have our boat hauled out of the water, and they have to work on the bottom of it. So they paint the bottom of the hulls, and then we have to have our sail drives work done. So I won't be doing as many readings in October because I'm not quite sure where we're going to be. But I do have a Helping Parents Heal gallery on October 30th.
Oh, that's perfect timing. Absolutely perfect timing. That's a lot of stuff about the boat. I can't even imagine trying to keep up with all of that. That sounds crazy. If you want to learn about mediumship in a book or in a class, the links are below for my books. I have digital downloads and physical copies on Amazon. One of them is How to Become Your Own Medium, inspired by the wonderful Kathy Behrens, who always says it all the time. So, and the other is Mediumship 101, beginner's course. So this is the Mediumship 101. And it's a wonderful little course. It's the equivalent of my 6-month mentorship, as exercises, journal prompts. And then the other one is How to Become Your Own Medium. It's over here in the pile. I can't get it right now.
So when you look back on our development and when we started classes and we, were learning, how valuable is that? So awesome that you published those books, because it's so helpful in that journey.
It's so helpful because I wish when I suddenly became a medium out of the clear blue sky, unexpectedly, I wish I would have had something inexpensive like that to look through to kind of see, oh, do I have these skills and abilities, or am I just crazy? Like, it would have been nice to have something quick to, oh, okay, yes, this happens to me. Yes, I can do this, like a checklist and some, I have that, Claire. I hear things, I see things. So it is important information. Especially if you don't want to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on an expensive course, which we both know how expensive these mentorships can be, depending on who you go with, right? There's different price ranges for different teachers. And this is just an inexpensive way to see, do I really want to commit to this? That way you're not wasting a bunch of money. If you're like halfway through and you're like, oh, I paid $5,000 for this class, I got to finish it, and I really am not that interested, because most people aren't going to give you a refund. So yeah, it is good, important information. And then tomorrow morning, anybody interested in aliens? Tomorrow morning on the Soul Twin Stars podcast, Aliens Among Us. Lady Shadow and I talk about aliens in all of our experiences, opinions, all the stuff. So listen to that here on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere podcasts are found. And Kathy, if anybody wants to find Kathy,
Oh,
is her contact information, her email, and her website.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
And Connie, yes, I can see your comment.
Okay, awesome. Hello, Yvette. Hello, Cindy. My first channel member. I'm almost to 100 members. I think I have 98. Carol Little sent me this bracelet
Oh,
and these earrings that I haven't put on yet, but I will. They're beautiful. They're little moons. Look at that. Look how pretty.
I love those.
Thank you, Carol. Dawn, hello. Yvette. Julia. I'm way behind. Kathy was on this a few minutes ago. Mangled Unicorn, Vivian, Kelly, hello. Candace, Miranda Marie, Vicky, Cindy again, Lori, Kaylin, Kelly, Connie, Denise, Vivian. Oh, love the mediumship 101. Yay. Joanne. Yes, we're taking questions. Miranda. Yes, we are taking questions. Just want to say hi to everybody. Connie, Julie, Word.
Word. I think you said that last time.
I see. This is a great question. Kathy, can the aliens take Cheetolini away?
What? Oh no, you're frozen. I know my internet isn't working the greatest.
Am I still
you're
frozen?
back? You're back.
I don't know what happened. Neither of us were frozen on my end, so who knows? Who knows what's happening? Because we asked that question.
Yes, it was like.
Yep, they're coming to get me. So no, they're not gonna. There's a great scene in the movie John Carter. Long story. I won't go into all the background of it, but the book was written over 100 years ago, and this alien is talking to this human who's living on Mars. That's what's happening. And he said, we don't control what's happening. We just manage it. And so aliens aren't going to come and take Cheetolini away. Our government has people that could do that if they wanted to. If they wanted to. All right. Christine, Pamela, Wisdom Seeker, hello. Connie, Sylvia, Yoda, Abby, Julie again, Anne from South Carolina, Debbie. Yes, Debbie, I just talked about this Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time, the book. Cindy, Vicky said, Linda G said to test yourself, watch crime shows and try to solve it with intuition 48 hours. Yep, that's a good one. No galaxies want the orange menace. Marie, Marlena, Maria. Okay. Q&A, questions, comments. We're ready for all of that. We will be doing some probably cards and mediumship readings.
Yeah, sure.
And it's the full moon and an eclipse on Sunday, and some other special day is Sunday.
Oh,
okay. I won't say. I have my moonology cards. Maybe I'll pull the moon books. Yes, Yvette says, I would like to ask my guides if I'm staying on my own path, and is there anything they can tell me to help with this? Well, let's see. All right, so we're going to go through these one at a time. Kathy, do you want to take that one, or do you want me to take it? How do you want to do it?
I was just writing her name, so hold on.
Yvette.
You are taking questions. I would like to ask my guides if I'm staying on my own path, and is there anything they can tell me to help me with this?
You know, so funny. I just shuffled my card. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon and Leo card.
Oh, full moon. Wow.
So Yvette, think about that. But Kathy, go for it.
Also, when I'm connecting to you and your name and your energy and your question, and when Nicole pulled that card, there's no doubt that you need to trust the synchronicities that are happening. So always trust your intuition, because there's these things that are being put into place that are synchronicities. They're not coincidences. So trust your intuition.
And I know you have said this many times, that you don't really believe coincidences are coincidences. Kathy, is
No.
that?
I think those things happen. I believe we put those things in our own path, because it's a reminder, right? We're on the right track. We're on the right track. Yes. So trust your intuition. Trust that these synchronicities are being put in your path for a reason.
Exactly. And I say that all the time to people, and you've all probably heard me say it. When it feels like the door's wide open in any choice you're making, jobs, relationships, family stuff, situations of any kind, if the door is wide open, that's the universe saying, go through it. Here it is. Don't you see it?
Yeah.
Like the story where the guy's in a flood, and he's like on the roof of his house, and he prays to God to save him, and he sends him a boat and a helicopter, and then he drowns, and he gets to heaven, and he's like, well, God was supposed to save me. He's like, I sent you a boat and helicopter. You know? That wasn't a coincidence. All right, let's see. Rhonda says, does my mommy have a message, please? So I don't know if you want to do some cards and Q&A and then mediumship later.
You maybe want to just do some Q&A first, because it's, for me, when I connect, it's really great if I can just be connecting the whole time and not going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I agree. So this is what we'll do. Announcement for everybody. We're going to do Q&A for about 16, 17 more minutes, and then we're going to do readings in a row. I agree with that completely. Do the Q&A first, then the readings in the second half. So we will do mediumship for sure in the second half. All right. I'm just looking through a bunch of card and spirit guide questions.
I mean, we can jump to readings if that's what the questions are.
Yeah, these are all messages and readings. Yeah. So, all right.
So we can jump to that, but you know how I like to do it. Yes. I don't like to just go into readings because it's shared energy. We're all here. We're all sharing our energy. So I'd like to do like a collective breathing exercise, so we all come together with the same intention to either connect to our loved ones, our spirit guides, our higher self. So we're just going to do a quick little breathing exercise. This just helps us to create this nice welcoming environment for all of us. It also helps to clear our human brains, make room for spirit loved ones to drop in. So we're going to take some really nice deep breaths in through our nose. We're going to hold, and then we're going to exhale through our mouth. I always say, let go of any stress, anger, anxiety, anything we're holding on to. Let it all go on that exhale. And a lot of times you'll even exhale longer than you inhaled. So that really, that breathing, when you breathe in, it should go all the way down to that vagus nerve and then activate that. Okay, so if you wouldn't mind, everybody doing this little breathing exercise with me. It takes 30 seconds. I just want you all to get comfortable where you are. Close your eyes if you're in a safe space to do so. Relax your shoulders. I want you to think about your loved ones in spirit. I want you to think about the questions you have for you, your life, your higher self. With that said, let's take a really nice cleansing breath in through our nose. Hold and exhale. And do that again, a really nice big deep breath in. Hold and exhale. One last time, a nice big deep breath in. Hold and exhale. Beautiful, and I hope you can feel that peace and that calmness that surrounds you after you do that nice kind of cleansing breath. So thank you all for doing that with me, and yeah, let's see what comes through.
I always feel so much better after you lead that breathing exercise. It's
It helps me a lot. Yeah.
So relaxing and calming. So some of these are messages, simple questions. Some of these are mediumship. So
Okay.
whatever you want to take, just grab it. And I can do the quick card readings if you want to do more of the mediumship connection, however you want to divide it up.
Sure. Let's see what the questions are, and we'll see where we're drawn, right?
Okay.
I always trust spirit. They lead us in wherever we need to be and go.
I agree. Marlena says, is my husband going to feel better soon? You know, Marlena, when I read that, I kept hearing turmeric. He needs something anti-inflammatory, some kind of natural holistic solution. So I hope, and sometimes it's hard to understand how those things help, but simple changes in natural supplements, spices, things like that can really, there are a lot of natural things you can do just to take the edge off. And I'm hearing vitamin C as well. Okay. Let's see. Kathy, are you drawn to anything?
Well, I saw Don's question right after that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we could just go through the questions. We'll see what comes through. John says, do my guides have anything they want me to know? So just give me 1 second, Dawn. So, Dawn, 2 things I heard. One, first is stop procrastinating. So there's this feeling like your guides are like, okay, we know we're giving her what she needs to do. She knows what she needs to do, but she keeps putting it off. So I want you to stop procrastinating. Your guides are like, stop procrastinating. I hope that makes sense. Also, stop questioning if you're on the right path, because and this can go for everybody too. Every path we take is the right path. There's no wrong paths, okay? Right? There's no wrong path. So listen to yourself, follow your intuition, stop procrastinating. Stop putting off things that you know. It's like you know that you just know, and you're putting it off. And it's even, your guides are even making me feel like this even has to do with something spiritual. So I hope that makes sense for you, Dawn, and let us know. But just remember, there are no wrong paths. You're always on the right path. You're doing the work. You're getting to where you need to be, but stop procrastinating.
I love that message that there are no wrong paths, because people get so worked up, am I going to make the wrong decision, which blocks them
Mm-hmm.
from making any decision. And it blocks the flow of energy. So surrender. And that brings me to Miranda Marie's question about possibly getting a 2-year prison sentence, advice from her guides. So while Kathy was answering Dawn's question, I was connecting and I kept hearing surrender. And sometimes we have to take accountability. And that I just almost feel like there's a potential for some kind of different type of sentencing, like maybe a house arrest or something like that, something not prison. So you can feel free to email me if that happens. But just know that surrender to the outcome, because it's out of your hands. It's out of your hands. And we have to do a lot of that in these types of situations. So I wish you good luck, and I hope that everything works out for the best for you. Okay, Kathy, what do you see next?
Rhonda says, who sends butterflies to my daughter? Rhonda. Well, so who am I connecting to? Am I connecting to Rhonda, or am I connecting to your daughter? I'm going to connect to you, Rhonda. So there's 2 souls that step forward for you, Rhonda. Now, I know you said who sends butterflies to my daughter, but I need to connect to you. And there's 2 souls that step forward, one male, one female. One does feel very mother-like, and one feels more on a contemporary level. The male feels like a contemporary level, which means for me, he would have been the same age or around the same age as you, and one feels like a mother figure. And I know you said sending butterflies to your daughter, but I'm also feeling like you get signs as well. And I am drawn to, they keep having me draw like the down arrow and like a flower. Okay, so I'm going to give you that. I hope it makes sense. And it could be like some kind of an charm kind of a piece, and then there's a flower that's also of significance. But there are 2 souls that step forward that I feel are sending those butterflies. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let us know in the comments.
Wonderful, beautiful. Hello, Siobhan and Cosmic 80s, Dina and Vicky. I keep seeing someone, you're wanting to know about your sister. I keep seeing someone in my mind's eye slowing down their speaking cadence. Like, I think this may be a message for you that you need to slow down. Something needs to slow down. So your life may be a little chaotic. You may have recently had upheaval, but I'm just seeing slowing down. Like, I know when I get really excited, I talk really fast, blah, 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 blah. And I just see in my mind's eye, this person slowing down their cadence. So whatever you need, whatever's going on, she's saying slow down. So let me know if that makes sense. All right, Kathy.
Do you want to take Lori's question? Because I'm drawn to Leota's question.
Sure. It's Madame Leota from here on out.
Oh,
I always call her no, because it's from the Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
so I always call her Madame Leota. Let's see. Resolution in my divorce. I'm going to just grab a random tarot card out of the middle of the deck. 2 of Swords popped out. So two of swords, not swords, wands, I'm sorry. Two of wands. Wands are usually some type of movement in something. This is anticipation and expectations, which totally makes sense for divorce. Planning, decisions, discovery. So this makes me feel like it may be in motion a little while longer. So don't get, just a little while longer, not 10 more years, but just be patient, Lori.
Okay. So, Madam Leona, was my dream that included my long ago past father because I needed his help or forgiveness? I have a difficult situation I'd like answers to. Not sure what I would do. Not sure what to do. So when I read that question, the first thing that came to me was that maybe not necessarily you need forgiveness, but your father is asking for forgiveness. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I also want you to know that it doesn't matter how long someone's been in spirit, they're always, their essence, their energy, they're always here helping you, guiding you. Now, it's not going to be like me telling you, hey, this is what's happening. It's going to be how you feel, how you sense things, how things present themselves, the opportunities that are put in your path. So you need to remember to be open to those things and don't be so critical of yourself. And then I have a difficult situation I'd like answers to. When we have difficult situations, right? This is where our human mind starts going in overdrive and overdrive and overdrive. And that's where we don't let or make room for spirit to come in and help us. So if you could just take some deep breaths every day, open your awareness up, make sure you pay attention to all these signs and symbols that are in front of you. And just know there's no need for forgiveness on any part, right? On anyone's part. Like Dad makes me feel like breathe. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you, Leota, Madam Leota.
And I asked her if it was offensive on one of the lives. She was fine with it. So
okay. Okay.
I always want to ask. Cindy asked a question earlier, so I went back and looked.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Cindy, I keep seeing a dog's ear. It looks like a medium-ish sized dog with, it looks like kind of wavy ear hair, and they keep showing me their ear. So I don't know if you understand. That sounds so crazy. I feel like they're thanking you for taking care of whatever was happening in that area, because they just are blasting my brain with this ear. In this, I don't know if it's beige or brown. But they just keep showing me the ear, something with the ear, thanking you for taking care of whatever that is. So Cindy, if you understand that, please let me know, because it's so bizarre to see that. And I'm not sure what it means, but I hope you understand the dog is thanking you for that. So that's for Cindy.
Gosh.
Leota said thank you.
I lost where I was. So where am I?
Yeah, there's so many comments you guys were doing.
And then it keeps like jumping. So
yeah, every time new comments come in, it jumps around.
bear with us.
While you're looking, Julie wants to know, do aliens live among us? You know what? That's a great question. I talk about that on my Soul Twin Stars podcast out at 6 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. I think that 100% with my background and studying this for so long, 100% there are other life forms in the universe. There's no mathematical doubt about that. That is for sure. I think there's no scientific reason why aliens could not come to Earth, period. Could aliens live on Earth? They could. However, I don't have any proof that that has happened. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence, but I have to keep one foot in my science realm and one foot in my paranormal realm. And I have to say, I need to see more concrete evidence. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence. I believe it in my heart, but I want to see proof of it. So possibility, possible. Has it happened? I don't have proof. So that's my answer.
Have you ever seen that that show Unsolved Mysteries?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You see the one about the aliens and the alien abduction?
Oh, I've read alien books and many alien books in my life. Many documentaries. I'm a big fan of aliens. Yes, I've seen tons of stuff.
Right, but it really makes you wonder, right? And then, right, why or how do so many people just disappear off the face of the earth?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mount Shasta, I think that happens there in Alaska. A lot. Lots of comments and questions. Some people are answering when we give them the reading, and some I don't see the answer. So we're doing the best we can. We really probably need some moderators next time. I'll work on it.
Yeah. So I see these two questions and I'll answer as quick as I can. Julie says, will I be leaving my job and going to another one soon? So immediately when I read that, I heard yes. And the only reason why I heard yes, because my guides were like, the only reason why I'm telling you yes is because you want to. So it's only because this is what you have manifested for yourself. So yes. Kelly says, would be grateful if you can connect with my son. I miss him so much. Okay. So when I read that question, I want to bring through his personality right away. And I know that for one, he just made me feel kind of like a ladies' man. Now, not all guys are ladies' men. He makes me feel like he could have been because he's very charming. Okay. And he needs you to know that he is okay. He also makes me feel, he always have Band-Aids. He just keeps showing me Band-Aids or Band-Aids. He's making me feel like I have Band-Aids. So those are all gone. He's just showing me no Band-Aids. I don't know if that means he was a rough and tumble kind of kid, but yes, no more Band-Aids. He also is showing me, do you have his hair? He makes me feel like you have a lock of his hair. He's showing me his hair and just holding it and just having a piece of him. So I hope that makes sense. He just wants you to know that he sees you. He's with you. And I don't know if we can, if I go all the way down, maybe I can see comments. If you could just let me know his name.
And whenever Kathy, while she's waiting, I'm going to go to Kaylin Brown next. I just am reminding myself because there's a lot of comments and I don't want to forget.
Can you let me know if I am on the right track with your son, and if you could just give me his name? There's a lot of people, so.
Yeah, and I think some of the comments at the beginning, some of those people must have dropped off because,
Good job.
yeah. So I'm going to go to Kaylin. I know she's still here. Can I do that now? Or are you still waiting?
Oh, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Kelly, does any of that resonate with your son, Josh? Particular why he's saying the Band-Aids and the hair? The Band-Aid and the hair is very important. Having his hair. It's so hard to do these kind of things on a.
Yeah.
But I do feel a connection here.
And it takes forever for the comments.
I wonder if it matters if you're on YouTube versus Facebook or.
I really don't know.
All right. Well, Kelly, I want you to. He was in the hospital when he passed. Okay.
Yeah, probably had all kinds of bandages.
So he's just wanting you to. He's just showing me not having any of that anymore. So his soul is at peace. But it does make me feel like there's an importance with his hair. Either you have a clipping of his hair, or you were stroking his hair. I know his hair was like important to him, so he's bringing that up for you to know. Just know his soul is, of course, at peace, and he's with you. And of course, I would love to give you more messages. But we're limited on time here, so thank you, honey, for letting me connect.
When we get really good at the StreamYard thing, we can invite people to come on, but I'm just not 100% sure. Like I would have to email them and all that stuff. So they probably don't want their email address out for all to see. So maybe we'll plan that ahead of time.
Okay.
Okay. So Kaylin would like to know who her guides are. I would invite you to get my free guide to finding your spirit guide off my website. It has links to videos. Don't laugh at my old videos. The content was, but I prefer, and I was trained by my mentor not to tell people who their guides are and not to connect with their guides without their permission explicitly. So you have to figure that out on your own. I can help you with that. Like we're limited on time now, so get the free guide. And then if you have questions, feel free to email me. The other thing is your grandmother and Gus are both okay and safe and at peace as always, as everyone is safe and at peace. And I keep hearing your grandmother say braiding. So I don't know if she braided your hair or did something with yarn or something. And I keep hearing Gus the bus, something Gus the bus. So these are just little pieces of information that they're just like, we're here, we're around, we know what's happening now. I'm seeing a light flashing in my mind's eye. So if you have a light flashing, let me know. Braiding, either hair or yarn, something like that for grandma, Gus the bus, and then a light flashing. So Kaylin, let me know if you understand any of that.
So I went back to Kelly. There's Cheryl, Anthe, Brina, if I'm saying that right, Connie. So I'll pull 3 mediumship cards because they're all messages.
Okay.
Oh, don't mind Sailor.
I will return momentarily while you do that.
All right. Cheryl D, anything from my mom or husband? So So I'm going to pull a mediumship card, whatever comes out. This message is for you from your mom or your husband. But I have a feeling that 2 cards are going to pop up since you asked for, 2 people. There's one. And we'll do it again. Oh, all right. So I love these 2 cards because it's a perfect message for both your mom and your husband. The first card I pulled, so you asked from your mom first. And the first card that it is, I am standing right next to you. So I want you to know that, right? Mom is always with you. And look at, there's a child or a smaller soul with a older soul. So how beautiful is that? Mom is showing you she's always with you. Okay? Always standing right next to you. The second card I pulled for your husband, and I want you to pay attention especially to this heart, right? Because he has your heart, you have his heart. Tears cleanse the soul. So it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel like sorrow. But know that it's part of the healing process, and he's right there walking you through it. So also, right, pay attention to symbols as hearts, or he sends hearts as signs, okay? Tears cleanse the soul from your husband, and mom is standing right next to you. Ianthe, I would love a reading. So I'm just going to tune in and see who's there in spirit for a message for you from one of the cards. Oh. So this is a poignant message, which can be for you, for someone, or from someone in spirit, or for you here in the choices that you're making right now in your life. And the card is, life is a series of choices. Choose love. And look at that, more hearts, right? Life is a series of choices. And when we're faced with difficult decisions, always choose the decision of love. Okay? And Brina may have a message from my dad, David. I hope I'm saying that right. Ooh. Well, I have to pull these, or I have to give you these 2 that came out. So beautiful. So the first card that came out for you is, I am here helping you. Now, pay attention. Of course, look at that rainbow. This is a sign that Dad sends to let you know that he is here. And we will be together again. So I want you to know that, right? This physical life, when we end this physical body and we transition, that doesn't end our love and our connection to our people. So your dad is wanting you to really know, well, we're going to be together again. And he's showing you this, like, don't worry, we'll be together again. And I love that they're enjoying like a kayak. They're enjoying like being together on this water scene. So water must be very significant for you. So I hope that makes sense. And Connie, we'll do a quick one for Connie. Wonder if my niece or nephew are sending any messages. Oh. This just fell out for you, Connie. They send you loving signs through nature. Look at that beautiful butterfly. I know those are dandelions, but I love those when you just blow them and you make a wish. So I want you, if you find those, blow them, make a wish, because that's from your niece and nephew. All right. Nicole.
Beautiful. Thank you to my 99th member. Ooh. I'm so excited. Abby. Well, I'm glad you're here. I feel like you were a member before. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. 99. Woohoo! And Natalie Dean, thank you for the super sticker. You are with your mom and you've had some weird stuff. Is there a loved one with you? So I will say absolutely unequivocally 1,000,000% yes. Now I'm going to preface this by saying there's a lot of haunted places in the world in America, St. Augustine, Savannah, I'm sure up by Charleston and all that, where you are, Kathy, somewhere in that area, right? Haunted, all kinds of haunted stuff. But honestly, my opinion is spirits are everywhere. You don't have to live in an old house or be in an old building. You can be in a brand new house or just walking down the street in the middle of New York City or, in the middle of the desert somewhere. There have been people everywhere and for hundreds of thousands of years. And there will be people around you. When your loved ones in spirit pass, they are going to come around you and they're going to try to get your attention by doing weird stuff in your house. Like I said earlier, the lady I was giving a reading to, I saw her answer here. She said, yes, 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 about the the mini reading I gave her. They will flicker the lights. You will see orbs on your blink or ring camera. Little things like you might have a little tiny object that's sitting up on a shelf, and then the next day it's on the other end of the shelf, or it always falls over, even if it's bottom heavy, and it still will fall over. You'll hear a sound that doesn't make sense. Everybody knows what their refrigerator and their air conditioner sounds like, right? We know the sounds of our house. We know the sounds outside for the most part. You'll hear a little sound. So your loved ones are trying to get your attention and say, we're here. We're here. We're still around you. So yes, the answer is yes, yes, yes. This is very common. The important thing is, do not think that they're evil spirits or demons or negative entities that are trying to bother you or trying to harm you. I have never seen, remember, I have to see evidence. Even though I love aliens and I think they're here, I still need the evidence. But I've never seen any evidence, real evidence, of any spirit harming a human for any reason. So if you've got little kids around, or nieces, nephews, kids, grandkids, you don't have to worry. And if weird things are happening in your house, if you don't want the weird things to happen, you tell spirit, please stop doing those weird things in my house because it scares me or it scares my kids. Please, if you want to communicate, please do it in a way that is gentler and less scary to me. I do that in my mediumship. I don't want to see a person standing in my office. It will give me a heart attack. I already have high blood pressure. I don't need a heart attack, right? So I tell spirit, don't show me things externally unless I'm working on that for a specific reason. But I don't want to see a full person in my office or anywhere in my house. So you can ask spirit, say, hey, back off on these weird flickering lights, the weird sounds, drawers. I hear a lot of people have drawers and cabinets that will open in the middle of the night unexplainably. Like there's no rational scientific explanation for that, right? Your cabinets shouldn't all be open in the morning when you wake up, right? If there's not a person doing it. So ask them to pull back on that energy and communicate with you in a different way, which can be using your other clair abilities, showing you signs through social media, like say, show me a yellow butterfly. And then you scroll on Instagram and then you see 3 yellow butterflies in a row. That's a much gentler way to get a sign from your loved one than weird stuff happening. So yes, it's definitely people, your loved ones in spirit. And you can ask them to curb the annoying stuff and show you in a better way. I hope that made sense. Kathy, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think that made perfect sense. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And I love that, And I truly believe that we all leave like an imprint when we leave, like a fingerprint, right? We all have a fingerprint. And when we transition, I 100% believe we leave a little imprint of our soul, of our essence here in this physical world. It's just a little stamp. It doesn't mean we're stuck. It doesn't mean we're lost. Our soul has already crossed over. Our soul is, well, we could go into talking about how big our soul is, right? A tiny bit of our soul is here in this physical world, in this physical body. So yes, I do believe that those things can manifest themselves and happen.
And yeah, I agree about the imprint. It's an energy imprint. It's like if you've ever walked, for anybody trying to understand the energy imprint, if you've ever walked into a room and two people were just arguing, but they stopped arguing and you didn't hear the argument, but you walked in the room and you feel that energy is weird. That's the same kind. Or two people just made out. You know, it doesn't have to always be negative. It can be two people were just making out and you walk in the room and you can feel that happy euphoria. So you can feel that energy.
Right.
Gemma, I don't see my question. Just rewrite it, Gemma. Just rewrite it.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost where we are, so I'm gonna do, right, we're just gonna do our best.
We're just gonna do our best. Can I answer Larry's question real quick?
Sure, because I don't even see.
This is a great question. When people die, they cease to exist and everything about them is no longer present anymore. I don't know if you're making a statement or asking a question. Larry, if you're making a statement, I will say I completely disagree with that. If you're asking a question, no, people do not cease to exist, period. That's just absolutely not possible. If that's your belief, I respect your belief, and that's okay. You can believe that all you want. I just, as a medium and as a scientist, know that that is not valid. Kathy, anything to add?
I would just say that consciousness never ceased to exist. So we are not connected in any way to our human body once our human body fails us, right? Our consciousness is our soul, is our higher self, and that lives on forever and ever and ever. I mean, you cannot destroy energy. We are all beings of energy. But I do respect other opinions, but as a medium, I would disagree if that was a statement.
Well, he has a follow-up statement.
Okay.
Uh-oh, what happened? It went, I don't know where it went. Oh, yes, here it is. Primarily what matters in life is focusing on practical things such as money or service. So I disagree with the money part of that. We all need money to pay our bills and blah, blah, blah. But in service, if you mean service to others, well, that's what mediumship is, service to others. I was a teacher, a classroom teacher for 20 years. Talk about service. That was a lot of service, very little money, a lot of service, you know, depending on the school and the state where I was. But anyway, yeah, so I appreciate your opinion. Gemma has a question.
Go for it.
Will I receive invitations to interview soon from companies that I applied to recently? I'm going to pull a random tarot. Just one random for Gemma. One random for Gemma. Okay. Oh, well, two random cards. Oh. The Three of Swords, which means heartbreak. So we'll just pretend that didn't happen. And the next one is the High Priestess. So this is use your intuition, use your feminine energy. So you may not hear back from these, but you're going to use your instincts and your feminine energy to move on to the next round. That's what this says. That was a quick card pull. There you go. That's the, I'm in a hurry. We're winding down. I want to get to as many as I can.
I'm going to let you go for it because
Okay.
I'm way behind.
I had to go to the end because I couldn't keep up with all the ones in the middle. There's so many good questions. I wish we had like 5 hours. Which loved one, Natalie, is here with us now? Okay, so I think this is a follow-up to the earlier question.
Follow-up?
I think I answered Natalie earlier. Yeah. Okay. So I get this all the time. They love me. A male in spirit that had some type of addiction, alcoholism, or mental health. Natalie, let me know if that resonates with you. And we'll go on from there. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly is my good friend from the Bay Area. So glad you're here, honey.
So can I ask you, what does it mean when, like I see in the chat, like some people's names are green with like a little circle? What does that mean?
The green with the weird circle, they're members of my channel. So they get extra perks. They get members only live streams. Like on Fridays, I do a members only live stream at like 8 or 8:30 or 9, depending on the Friday. So they can only come, and then we just talk about whatever the members want to talk about.
Oh, so that's a perk for everybody here.
Yeah. And then they get priority Q&A. And then the super chats are paid little tips. And then they get priority as well.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, Natalie. Okay. Your papa, my mom's dad, he suffered from depression. Okay. All right. So let me finish with that real quick, and then you can go to the next if you have time, Kathy.
Yep.
I just want to highlight your mom's dad. I'm seeing somebody, either his dad was military or he was, I'm seeing a military connection. Because I see like military clothing and like fatigues, some kind of military clothing, and somebody living in maybe his parents or your mom's dad, your mom's papa, living for some period in a rural area. So this could be someone, I don't know, I'm tasting like dust in my mouth. Like you had to drive to a dirt road to get there. And he's saying that your mom deserved a better, more present father who could have been essentially a better support system for her, because in my day, boy, men didn't give hugs and didn't cry and didn't show emotions. And that was, part of not showing emotions was kind of leading to the depression. So let me know, Natalie, if that makes sense to you. Oh, she's answering. From a tiny island of the UK. Then he moved to Arizona. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Let me know if the other parts make sense. And Abby has a super chat, but if you want to go first.
Well, I was really drawn to Bernadine's question. I got a little small one. Okay. Is there a message from my husband, or have any answers as to who or what motive anyone had to, right? So I was really drawn to this. Bernadine, I hope you're still here. I'm going to pull a card, but first things first, I want to tell you, when I connect to you and when I read your message, well, okay, two things, because your husband comes through to me and he shows me himself as like this big guy, and he would be very happy. So he is making me feel like he is somebody that would be very quick-witted, jokes, a lot of banter. He makes me feel. Also, the most important thing he wants. Oh, I love this. So the most important thing he tells me is he's happy, healthy, and at peace. But then when this card came out, which we already saw before, but I love that because Spirit connects. He wants you to know that he sends you loving signs through nature. So again, I want you to pay attention to the signs he sends you in nature. And it's also a sign for you to step out in nature and to just ground yourself and to let these feelings of anxiety go, because just know that his soul is happy and his soul is at peace, and he's still that big energy that he was here in this physical world. So you would understand that about him, because it's like I hear bravado with him. It's just like this big energy with him. So I hope you understand that, Bernadine, and know he is sending you those signs through nature, and it's also a sign for you to connect with him through nature. And it's not about so much how he transitioned or why he transitioned, right? We know right? We understand. He's needing you to know that he's happy and he's healthy on the other side. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely beautiful message. Karina and anybody else who's interested, I put the member link in the chat. If you can't find the member link, every device, every kind of computer, everywhere you're at, it's always different. So I just put the link in the chat. I never thought of that before because I'm a genius over here. I'm a slow learner. Okay. Yvette, that's so wonderful and sweet. You're so awesome. And then Abby had a question. Who is visiting my granddaughter? Listen, if anybody can give you a reading about your dogs, it's Miss Medium Kathy Behrens, because that's her, as Obi-Wan Kenobi says, her speciality. But your granddaughter, I keep hearing mom, 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 mom. So I don't know, Abby, if it's your mom or your mom's mom. I don't know. I just keep hearing mom, mom, mom. But repeatedly, like in South Park, mom, mommy, mom, mom. So, and then I see, you know how I watch a lot of TV, so don't judge me for all these things I'm saying. You know how in movies when they show like a ghost person, it's like a fully formed person, but it's like a see-through black and white person. I see a woman in an apron, and it's probably from like maybe she's a woman of humble means, with an apron, kind of a little thick around the waist, I'll say, and she's doing the hard domestic labor. So that's what I'm seeing, Abby. So this might be your mom or your grandma, but I just keep hearing mom, 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 but I hear like a kid saying that. So I don't know how that connects here, but I see this woman with her apron, domestic labor, humble means, like she wasn't a rich person that lived in a mansion. She worked hard, and she makes me feel like she really took care of many people in the family. So let me know if that resonates, Abby. And then Cindy, did you get, oh, you didn't think of the dog's ear. Okay. All right. Cindy, that's too generous. Definitely my grandma, she had 7 kids. Okay. Okay. So that makes me feel like that's who that is. So just know that she is she's around. She just wants to hang out. And she's good, and she just makes me feel, did her knuckles get like super fat? I just feel like she was kneading a lot of dough and her hands got super thick over the years. Let me know if that makes sense.
Could I just let you know that I pulled a card for her and it said, I am just a thought away. And I love that it pulled out and look, a young girl sitting on a pier with a dog.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
So, but I did, if you don't mind, I saw a comment. Where'd it go? Something about, oh yeah, here we go. Is it possible for my son to touch my head? Yes. So if your son is in spirit and you feel a tingling sensation or a weight on the top of your head, 100%, right? It's just their way, it's their energy connecting with your energy, right? So It's not like he's taking his physical hand and touching you. It's his energy making you feel his presence. I also want to say, when I read that question, I want to do like curly cues on your head or his head. And I don't know why, again, hair is significant. So I know that he would have had a full head of hair, or you have a full head of hair. And it's very significant when talking about touching your head. I also, which is really funny, I just saw an image of football. I know football season is coming up, but I know that this young man was a big football fan. So this is also a way he's going to get your attention, like rooting, and like, I just feel like football is very important. Also golf. So just know, right? Yes, it's possible for his energy to touch you, right? You can feel him. And he's wanted me to talk about the curly cues. Either you have curly hair or he had curly hair, and he's talking about touching that. Pay attention to the sports as a reference. Football and golf. I don't even know. Is it golf season? Is there a golf season?
Well, sort of, but football, the very first game is on right now. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first true game of the season just started not even an hour ago. So
there you go.
You're right on point with that.
We live on a boat, so we don't really watch.
I bet you watch hockey.
We watch hockey. Las Vegas Golden Knights.
She said he did lots of curly hair, lots of hair in golf.
Oh.
There you go. Check mark, check. Natalie, any messages? Oh, and I just want to say Abby was answering the arthritis in the hands for their grandma. And she said that's what her dog looked like on that card. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay. Yep. Nanny Jean for Natalie. Okay. I am tasting one of my very favorite foods, chicken and dumplings. So, Natalie, let me know if she made you chicken and dumplings, or if that was like her special dish, or somebody just made chicken and dumplings. I can literally feel the dumpling in my mouth. The way my mom made them were real thick, like not thick, like almost they were raw a little bit. Like I liked them chewy. I don't know why, but anyway, but that's what I'm tasting, the dumplings from the chicken and dumplings. Like it's making me hungry actually, because so she's showing me chicken and dumplings, and that she made it on the table. like put the flour and then just put the eggs right in the flour and just like right on the table or the counter, like no bowl. She just made it, flattened it, drop biscuits. That's mangled unicorn. Okay, so Natalie, let me know if you understand the dumplings, whatever it is, some kind of soupy, stewy food. She's showing me. I'm not sure. It could be our Aunt Audrey. Yeah, and sometimes that happens as well. Sometimes they'll, but Nanny Jean, she wants to tell your mom that she's sorry because she makes me feel like there was I don't know if their personalities didn't align permanently or just like there was a period of time where there was a misalignment, and she wants to apologize to your mom for that misalignment. So let me know if that makes sense, either for Nanny Jean or Aunt Audrey. One of those women is giving an apology to your mom. So let me know. Okay, Kathy, what do you got?
When I was scrolling, so I don't know, do you have to answer this question? There's like a big red or a yellow Yvette.
That's just a thank you. It's just
okay.
Yeah.
So right above that, Deborah had a question.
I mean, I appreciate the thank you. I'm not saying just, it's just, I'm saying.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So I don't know. I have 58 followers on YouTube, so I'm not like, so I don't know what it means.
Obsessed like me.
Yeah.
Is this Deborah? Is that who you're going?
Yes. So she says, my daughter passed in February. She was a quadriplegic and OD'd. I don't think she could have injected herself. Her death is being investigated, but I just need to know that she passed right away and didn't suffer, yelling for someone to help because she could not walk. So thank you for asking this question, and I would love to help you to connect. And I was really drawn to so when I'm connecting to your daughter, I can feel her soul, and I can feel she should make you feel she loved music. She's talking about music. Okay. And she does make me feel like concerts were important to her. So she attended concerts, but she was making me feel like music and concerts were important to her. She is also making me feel like she was a little bit of a fashionista. So she does make me feel like she was very interested in fashion. Okay. So she's wanting to just show that I'm connecting with her and her personality, because souls don't, right? They want to be remembered for who they are, right? They want to be remembered for who they are and not how they transition. So far, is this resonating with you for your daughter, Deborah? Do you understand the connection to the music? And I feel like she just makes me feel like fashion. Like I'm always looking at fashion.
Can I answer a question while you're waiting for that?
Yes.
Cindy's talking about, I was talking about the dog ear earlier. And so I think what I said, if I'm remembering correct, he said, thank you for whatever happened with the ear. So sometimes when mediums see things, it doesn't mean that thing led to their death. It can be something significant that you'll remember. So just to let you know that. I'm glad you validated that. So thank you, Cindy.
So I hope she's still here. Maybe she's not still here. So I will I'm just just very drawn to answer her question about how I want her mom to know that I'm connected to her, and I'm not just giving her a generic answer that yes. So she's making me want to feel like I like music, I like fashion, and there was no suffering, no suffering, no suffering. Oh, here she said she was very high maintenance and loved music. Okay. So I just want you to know she's saying there was no suffering. No suffering, Mom. No suffering. She just needed you to validate, or for me and you to connect and validate that I'm connected to her, so you will understand that there was no suffering. Okay. And she loves this picture collage you did of her. She just said, you did a picture collage. She's showing me a lot of pictures in a collage. And she loves it.
She said, thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. I just want to answer real quick Delia's question about her son. Where'd it go? Delia, I'm hearing, I feel like your son is like saying this loudly. Mom, I'm so sorry. Mom, I'm so sorry. Apologizing loudly, but then he makes me feel like, I don't know, something's in his mouth, something happened to his mouth, but something like he makes me feel like I want to talk weird. I don't know if he had an injury to his mouth or had a tooth problem or just, I don't know, had a lisp or something, but I feel like I want to talk weird. And he's like, he's apologizing to you vehemently. So whatever he feels like happened, that you deserve an apology for. So let me know, Delia, if that works. Rhonda said very vague. Okay. Thanks, Rhonda. These are mini readings. Book a full reading with one of us.
Oh yeah, I encourage you. Yes, yeah. I welcome it. Yeah.
I had this person, while I wait for Delia's comment. This was probably 2 or 3 years ago, and you may remember this, Kathy. I had a person challenging me about a reading, and I said, I will do a live reading, live on YouTube or Facebook or wherever it was. I will give you a reading, period. And we went back and forth on email for like a week, and he dropped off the face of the earth. I sent him a Zoom link and everything, or a link to, or a time or whatever it was. So thank you, Marnie. Delia, I'm not sure if you're still here, but we are winding down here. Oh, thank you, Deborah. That's very sweet. Yeah, Kathy's kathybarons.com, and I'm Peaceful Nick the Medium right there on the screen.
And can I just say a little bit of how mediumship works and the connection works, right? Before you and I come on this live, I sit and I do my meditation and I connect. I raise my vibration. There are, I don't know how many people there are on here, but
gone between 60 and 70.
There's a lot of souls, right? All of your loved ones in spirit want to connect. I can feel all of your loved ones. So when I have to decipher and I have less than 5 minutes to figure out who I'm with, what I'm getting, it may be a little vague, but this is why I specifically said, before I give you a message, I want to make sure that I'm connected to you. And this is why I need you to validate that music and this is important or significant to them. I have a limited amount of time to connect, and we're trying to connect with as many souls as possible. And it's because we want to bring healing to as many souls as possible. Also, we want to demonstrate for you that there is a continuity to life, that this life exists beyond this physical realm. So we're just trying to do our best to help you and to validate the things that we are receiving. So when we say vague, yes, it could be a little bit vague in this little sliver of time we have. But yes, I encourage you and welcome you to book a session, or enter any one of we do free drawings. Come to any, I mean, this is a free reading gallery, right?
Exactly. So you book a full reading by going to either of these websites, or we sometimes host free Zooms. Come to one of those. Yeah. And yes, and I will tell you, Kathy is a certified evidential medium. So back to Delia. He just talked weird when he was in this drug called Xanax, and he was in alcohol and that drug when he died in a car accident. That's why he's yelling. And that's why he's talking funny. So Delia, this validates, this is, and how can you let him know that you forgive him? He knows you forgive him. There is no stronger love than a mother's love for their child on earth, period. And if you don't have human children, if you have animal children, the love, I've had animals and kids, I love them all. The love is deep. He knows you forgive him, and he does not have those problems in spirit. That was his soul's journey here. And he wants you to forgive yourself for any blame you feel is your responsibility for anything that happened to him. Forgive yourself so you can move on and heal. Okay. And, let's see.
It's a beautiful, beautiful message. Forgive yourself, right?
Yes. Because when you hold on to that pain, it can tear your life apart. So please, that's his biggest message. Forgive yourself. And I have to go. So,
yeah.
But I wish, maybe we should do this like on a Saturday or Sunday where we can be on for 3 or 4 hours, because there's so many questions and I want to answer every question. And I just literally, it's impossible, right? Unless we stop people from coming in and just answer the questions. But we have a lot of really positive comments from clients that we've both had. Oh, Delia, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. All you need is a little bit of validation to really change the path of your life. I always say start or continue your healing journey. So Delia, I hope this helps you start your healing journey.
And just as a reminder, we all have the gift of intuition. Okay?
Yes.
We all have that ability, that intuitive ability. Now, if you want to connect with your loved ones in spirit, you can do that on your own. You don't need me. You don't need Peaceful Nick. You can learn that all by yourself. And so I'm not here to try to sell you on anything.
Yep.
You can be your own medium. And I say this all the time because you are the one that has that connection with your loved one. When you bring a medium in, it's a 3-way connection. It's me, you, and your loved one in spirit.
That's right.
You are the one that brings that loved one. So you can be your own medium. You can connect with your loved one all by yourself. Now, it's validating to have somebody else like a medium. I understand that 100% because I even do it. I need a medium.
Yeah.
Right.
We've both had dozens and dozens of mediumship readings.
Yeah. So I understand maybe a little bit of skepticism, which is great. I welcome that, which is great. And I'm not here trying to sell myself or anything. I want you to know that mediumship is healing. It's a tool in your healing journey. You can be your own medium. Mm-hmm. And it's an honor and, quite frankly, a privilege for me to connect to you and your loved ones. So I just, I just want people to understand that they can do it themselves as well, and with the help of your guide. And if I had that guide a long time ago, wow. Wow.
Right, exactly. And we do have the guides, we just don't know it, right? And
Right.
Kathy said you can be your own medium, and that's why literally I made this book, because Kathy says it all the time. How to become your own medium. It's $27 digital download, Amazon. It's amazing. If you don't want to spend a bunch of money getting trained, it's a super inexpensive little workbook. No pressure, but it's there. Olivia, last question.
Sure.
Wants to know if both her grandmas are with me. Yes, your loved ones in spirit are always with you. Every time you think of them, type that. Look at a picture of them. You pull their energy towards you. So yes, our loved ones in spirit are here. We have a ton of beautiful, wonderful comments. I just can't read them all. Lots of validation from people that we've given readings to. So if you are wondering, that there they are. You can't get anything better than when clients give you compliments that you, oh, good, Deborah. I hope you sleep through the night. Mwah. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. All right, Kathy, I am tapped out.
Yes.
And I will be live again tomorrow night, 7 and 8, 7:30, 8:30, somewhere around there. So look out for my stuff. Kathy, you're wonderful.
I will be gone. I will be gone celebrating.
Woohoo, woohoo.
Well, I don't know if it's really a celebration, but.
And we'll post when we'll be live again next. And happy birthday, Kathy. Bye.
Oh, you. Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.